What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another edition Holy Try Football Podcast, Week 7 preview. It's me, AY, coming to you from the Commonwealth, the red state, near the state capital, Pennsylvania. To my west, D-Berg. What's up?
It's hockey season, baby. We want the cup. Pens might not give up a goal all year.
It is. Puck is dropped.
How many games tonight?
We're officially on Crosby watch. So we'll see where he lands. Can, to my east, what's up?
You know what's up. The ground is up. We're upside down, and it's just not good. Or on our backs. Or upside down, on our backs. The sky is up. The sky's down. The moon is full. Beautiful full moon tonight.
Yeah. I think I saw a shooting star. I'm pretty sure it was.
Did you make a wish?
I don't know what else would have been.
Unidentified flying object.
It was coming. It wasn't a plane because it was coming. It came down to the ground like something. A piece of space debris disintegrated.
An asteroid.
Pretty neat. I'll have to look for any reports later on.
Hopefully no one got hurt.
Hopefully not. Temperature is nice out there.
Very chilly. Last bits of summer finally going away.
Yeah. Tomorrow's
that rain came through yesterday, and this morning, and it's chilly now.
Yep.
High of 60 I see this weekend. Good football weather.
Beautiful weather. Should be good temp for the game this weekend. An hour and a half north of me.
An hour and a half north of you. Oh. I guess it's north of you, yeah.
Northwest.
Northwest of you.
Northwest, yeah.
I was thinking of you were in Bloomsburg, and I was like, you talking about the Grand Canyon up there? Or what
the PA Grand Canyon would be around there, yes. So we're on to week 7, but before I know much to some chagrin, we must quickly go over week 6 and the week that was.
AY stretching his lead.
Yeah, we had a good week last week.
Back-to-back 9-4 weeks. Look at it.
I mean, I feel like every week I'm just, how did this look? The Vandy loss added to the list. That's ridiculous.
What I tell you, Bam was a war machine.
It was the beneficiary of anything.
Unfortunately, I couldn't enjoy that front door cover very much, given what was going on at that hour, at that time. But I was happy to see that happen.
Yeah, otherwise it looked like I got what I deserved, but
yeah.
Oh, and Notre Dame. Yeah, Notre Dame's cover.
Yeah, Notre Dame. But I'll get to that one quick. Yeah, you got.
I couldn't really enjoy that game, or at least the early part of that game.
Notre Dame did cover, but that should have been a very easy cover by Can. 28-7 final.
There were interceptions, right?
Madsen was throwing picks, yeah. He was throwing picks, and Notre Dame was just missing golden opportunities.
How late was it? 7-6 for? Or when did it?
Early second, I think.
Oh, yeah. Time was moving slow for me there, given what was going on in other.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Notre Dame got stopped at the goal line on 4th down. Carr missed a wide open Pauling on 4th down in the end zone. And Boise had one nice drive, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Should have been more. 12 penalties for 110 yards, I think, for Notre Dame. Boise had like 12 penalties too. It was just a gross, sloppy, choppy game. But got either relatively healthy. Devontae Smith injured again. Just when the secondary is healthy, they're not again. But on to next week. Dan with the best backup QB ever.
Yeah.
He's thinking Charlotte now.
Not exactly, no. But
very own Sam Darnold. He's got very own Sam Darnold here.
Yeah. The backup QB performing the way he did albeit with a less sustained, strong performance. There, I got it. I got there. Finds them in the same position as last year at this time. Like, that's great. Yeah, we got to be able to keep this guy now. Probably not.
Well, you kept the other guy.
See why?
Much to your chagrin, it seems, but you kept him.
Well, no, it's just that. I mean, it wasn't. Yeah, so it's stupid. But
When did Kenny
Glad
ascend
they won.
in 2017 past Max Brown?
I played in the second to last game against Virginia
So it
Tech.
was much later. Then.
No, it wasn't Max Brown. It was Danucci at that point because Max
It was
Brown got
Danucci,
hurt.
it was Danucci at that point.
Yeah.
When did Danucci ascend past Max Brown?
Max Brown got hurt
Oh,
against can't remember which game, but yeah. So we'll see. I mean, again, it's
Yeah.
great.
I won't dive too deeply into a lot of these other games before I don't dive too deeply into the one game as well, but mainly because I shut the TV off after that 3:30 window. Did not watch any of that Miami Florida State game.
I don't blame you. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I did see a long touchdown by Texas Tech, I believe, as I kept the TV on before I shut it all down.
Your last viewing is Texas Tech Houston.
Yeah, I think I saw him bump it to 15-3 or something like that on a long touchdown catch and run from their like small slot guy, and they went for 2. I don't think they got it. I did not know that Washington came back and beat Maryland. I did not know that until I checked the score like yesterday. I saw they were up 20-0.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, I saw they were up 20-0, and I did not know that they had ended up losing 24-20.
Yeah.
That's very funny of Locks to do. What else do we have here? I know Ohio State ended up pulling away, but I know when I shut it down, it was like 3-0 Minnesota.
Oh, and you saw, Ohio State scored what? Like 70 straight.
Yeah.
Carnell Tate went off.
Like I said, I saw the front door covered by Bama, but I could not really enjoy it at that hour because of what had just concluded in one game in the 3:30 window. Same with Texas. While the rest of the country was rejoicing and seeing Arch suck, they were bailed out by a far worse loss happening at that hour. These first couple of games are the ones that I was able to see and enjoy fully. That Iowa State-Cincinnati game, what a game by Cincy. What did they jump out to? 31-7, I think?
They did their best to try to lose.
There were some incredible penalties called in that game. I think there were like 3 straight illegal men downfield calls on Cincinnati. They had like a 3rd and 40 or something like that at one point, I think. Very good. Iowa State, they were inflated a little bit up there at 14. I don't think they're that good. But are you bought in on Satterfield? Sorsby is a pretty good quarterback. Are you bought into Satterfield?
No. I mean, I think I was generally higher than expected on him, but I think that's about it.
But as a Wisconsin fan, should you stop having hope that they'll get rid of Satterfield now and take Fickle back?
I think you have more stuff to worry about at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I think that's the most viable thing the biggest thing they can hope for. Everything else, I think, is too much of a pipe dream.
True. I suppose at where they're at, they might as well shift their focus to
Who will
whatever
take
they can
Fickle?
grasp onto. Yeah.
Yeah, who can take Fickle off their hands? They're the same boat as me, as a Penn State fan, which I'm not. Who can take Jimmy off our hands?
Oh boy.
Not that I'm not grateful for what he's done, but I think it would behoove all parties for a fresh start, given where things are now. But we can get to that in a second. Cats, you guys, this was on the plus. I could not enjoy this one. I was watching along and seeing the highlights. It was crazy.
Yeah. This wasn't
they
on my
blew it.
screen.
You had the screen on, AY?
No, this one eluded me.
Yeah, they it looked like I think they had a touchdown that was called back, or would have been a touchdown because the guy had his helmet ripped off and and the defender had fallen down as he tried to make the tackle, and he just walked in for a touchdown. But then they had to blow it dead because his helmet came off, but there was nobody around him. And then I think they ended up having to settle for a field goal there, and eventually Baylor went down for the game-winning field goal and won, which is a bummer for my Cats. But yeah, the Big 12 had that on the plus. Nobody could watch that classic of a Big 12 game. I think there were like 1,000 total yards in that game. The Big 12 of yore, not my Big 12 these days. And then Burt and Purdue, I didn't catch any of this game. Did you guys watch it?
Purdue,
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you now. Were you talking before?
Yeah, I was talking about the Baylor game, but
I did not hear you during the Baylor game.
I'm getting having trouble connecting. So
I did not hear you during the Baylor game. What'd you have on the Baylor game? Sorry about that.
no, I basically just summarized what happened. I just said they blew it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I did hear that. I didn't know if you had more summary.
And then how they blew it. Then it said I was disconnected.
We missed that part then, the how. We did get the what though, that they did blow it. Did you guys have anything on the later games that I omitted?
Just Baylor was hanging in there. Not Baylor. Purdue was hanging in there until they muffed the punt on their own 10. They were down like 7 or 8. It was single digits, and they had a nice stop, muffed it. Illinois cashed it in a few plays later, so that kind of derailed that one.
Yeah.
Early window, I don't really recall what was in my quad, but whatever was in there, I was watching. I was enjoying it. And then the middle slate, I went solo with some on the pad. Then the night slate, I went over to FSU Michaels,
which he did not enjoy.
No, we had on the game. All we had on was that game, and the side TV was the Dodgers Phillies. So I only saw.
Is he a Phillies fan?
No. We just had it on because it was just relevant. Yeah.
Yep.
So for you who didn't watch any Florida State Miami,
I saw they jumped out to 28-3, and just let.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I guess
Florida State was in. They were in it. I mean, I know the score doesn't show that, but they were playing hard early. They were moving the ball nicely the first drive, and then got held to 3 down the red zone. And they just couldn't. It was just big plays by Miami, then fumble by Chroma. Malachi Tony was very good. And once Florida State got behind like 14-3, they just started throwing the ball. Big Tom Castellanos was not able to do that. Pick. More Tony.
Tony is nice. I saw his highlights, and he had a touchdown that was called back also, right?
Yes.
He's pretty nice.
I left it 28-11. They did an onside kick where they didn't even put it on a tee. I hate when they do that.
Did it work?
No, it went like 6 yards.
Yeah, you're relying on the team to try and just dive on it, a spinning top, right?
Yeah.
Suppose.
So I went home and then I checked the score like 2 hours later, and I saw they got it close. I mean, I know time was very, very low, but yeah. So I didn't see the last 8 minutes.
Yeah, they did the whole down 9 or down 2 possessions, kick the field goal, try for the on. I wonder if the second onside, which I did not see, if they actually took a traditional approach.
And I have to go back and review the tape there.
Anyway, what is strength of schedule wise? I know what you would say here, but are you guys in on Miami being what some people think as the best team in the country?
They're
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No.
They're very nice.
Not a chance in hell. They will have to be hoisting the trophy in January for me to believe that.
Yeah, I mean, we could have a game this Saturday, Notre Dame, Miami, and Dallas, and I'd be more than excited for that game. I'm not saying Notre Dame would beat them, but I would feel much differently if Notre Dame was going to play Ohio State than Miami.
Where do you think they stack here in the hierarchy? Do you think they're?
I think where they're ranked is deserved.
Right. Sure.
Power rating wise, I would put them.
Your power ratings.
My power ratings probably.
Like, would you take them above Bama on a neutral site?
I would pick Bama.
I don't really like Bama either.
Me and you are simpatico on Bama, though. We have been since the
Yeah, I think I'm not ready to let that one die yet. I think I'd still put Miami 5 or 6, though.
Yeah. There's not that many teams that are better than them.
Ohio State and Oregon.
Yeah.
I still think Bama's really good.
You think you've got Bama as a cream out there in SEC?
Yeah.
Well, you do, I think. Dan, who do you have as the top in the SEC?
Yeah, still Georgia. I would still put Georgia there. Yep.
Even after what they should, Stinkton was pretty bad. Stinkton was really bad against Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky! Yeah, I'm just going off of the game against Alabama that they should have won.
I don't know about shoulda.
I mean, they dropped the touchdown that would have put them ahead. It was right in the breadbasket, and then they got down there again. I don't know. There's the early flashes from Bama that where they made the majority of their hay. So I'm not.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's my analysis of it, at least from what I saw. So yeah, I wouldn't give up on them.
Where do you have Miami, Cam? Top 4? Top 6?
I think, given strength of schedule, I'd put them. Well, where should they be ranked?
Where do you have them?
I put them above Oregon. I put them above Oregon. Given Oregon strength of schedule.
If they played Oregon and Chicago tomorrow, you'd pick Miami.
Rankings wise, I put them above there.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking like
I would.
Just like power.
Yes, I would, given what I've seen from Oregon and playing against such shitty teams.
Jeez.
And how they struggled and barely put one away. Almost blew it against one of them.
I guess now that I'm looking here at Sagarin, just to get like an idea, Miami's 5, and the top 3 are Ohio State, Oregon, Alabama. So I guess Miami's 4 for me. Because I have them ahead of A&M, LSU, Georgia, Indiana, and Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is an interesting one. I don't know what to think of them or what to believe in them.
I kind of don't, but remember, I had them in my playoff because the way their schedule set up, if they're good enough, like they're gonna go 10-2.
Yeah, I think they're basically locks for the playoff, given their schedule. But I don't know as far as national title goes if I'm a believer in them yet. No. But I mean, this year nobody's head and shoulders above anybody else. It's unless you're talking about Ohio State's defense. But again, I don't know who they played, given how shitty Arch and Texas's offenses look. So we'll see as they keep going along. What's Ohio State's next challenge going to be? Like Penn State? Like I don't think they're going to really play anybody now. It could be a 3-loss Penn State team, 4-loss Penn State team.
I don't know about you, Dan, but we need to get Penn State a win because this new Cannon, I don't know if I like him as much.
The heel turn.
Yeah, the heel turn.
I think Penn State will get a win this weekend. But yeah, that trip to Iowa City, I'm not excited about, and I'm really pissed. We'll have boots on the ground there. Any of you want to go there and take my ticket?
It's crazy. Like a week ago, I was like, I wonder if they're going to Kinnick because I want to go to that. But then I saw But then I really did. But then I saw it was a night kick, and Notre Dame USC's at night.
Oh yeah.
If Notre Dame
USC was just announced the other day.
If Kinnick was so maybe it was like last week. If Kinnick was a 3:30 kick, then I would.
You'd be able to get back to the hotel by first quarter.
Yeah, I'd send a text just to check in and see. Hey, what are you guys thinking?
Yeah.
Is there an option here? But well, at least you don't have to buy Peacock now.
Yeah, YouTube. I don't need to buy it because I'm going to the game, but also I don't need to buy it because I don't think I've had Peacock for a long time and I don't pay for it. I don't know how I get it.
That's a good deal.
I don't know what's
a good deal
part of or like why I'm getting it, but I'm able to watch stuff on it, and I don't know how I'm getting it. So
be logged in. I said to the guys yesterday, wait till the State fans find out they're on Peacock next week. And Kistler goes, "Thanks for the reminder to cancel it next week."
Oh yeah, there you go.
So he doesn't have to watch the game.
Well, I don't remember. It's my account. I think I had paid for it one time, but I don't get charged on any of my cards for it, so I don't know where it's coming from or if what happened to it. Or maybe it was a year. I got it for like $5 for a year. I have no idea.
Maybe they do give out some wild deals.
I don't know, but we don't need it now, right? It's part of YouTube. You want me to go deeply here? I mean, I don't know what there is to say.
Yeah, go. And nothing else from week 6. We'll go from here into week 7.
Well, were there any locks that hit from any guest pickers, Dan?
Nothing to mention.
Nothing to mention. All right, nothing to mention there. I know Dan and ZP did not come through there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Friday night. Cam.
I don't know what happened. I went to bed. It was 13-10.
It was a bad second half there. Can and that call and Westwood did not come through either. And then AY did with that UConn -7.5. Con coming through.
They won by 41.
AY, are you going to ride the Lightning here? Plus 21.5 this week for Jimmy. Or for Northwestern, but -20. Jimmy Lane -21.
Oh, I mean, you can just put it in there for me now.
All right, they're in.
As far
you got to ride the hot hand.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I need to say what I always say. I gotta just. Wouldn't it be funny if Jimmy goes 0-6 against the number? I gotta keep going with it, right?
It would be funny. Well, yeah. Him going 0-5 was not funny. The way it happened.
This one I feel worse, the worst about, but I'm going to keep riding it.
The way Northwestern plays the game, they'll take the air right out of the ball. The way Penn State plays the game, they might have 3 possessions the whole game.
All right, so
yeah,
I'll full disclosure. We didn't hear from you. Which we didn't expect to. I texted Dan probably 10 o'clock.
11, yeah.
11. I was
like, you asked if I had heard from Ken. I said not crickets or something.
I was like, have you heard from Ken? He goes, no. I was like, understandable. So I was like, well, I told him I missed most of this game. I saw the score a few times, and I saw some text, but I didn't really tune in until
your game was in hand.
Yeah, very late. The first play I saw was the Imaliava 4th and 1, didn't get it. So then I tuned in then.
Wow, that's late.
I mean, but they kept doing game breaks during the Notre Dame game, so I could see some of these plays. I went back and watched the 22-minute condensed game. So I'm up to speed now. That's what I'm saying. So you can.
Yeah.
But real time, no, I didn't see anything until almost midnight that night.
I wish I didn't see anything. It was putrid defensive performance, and we talked about when did we record last week? Tuesday or Wednesday?
I think we mentioned Rojas.
Did we talk about Rojas on it?
I believe so.
Yeah, Rojas. season-ending injury, it appears. I think it was in practice on Tuesday, so it wasn't during the Oregon game. But, obviously Penn State felt it. I do think, Penn State wins that game if he's in there. No offense, Lafayette. DeLuca in there, he played. I think he played like all but 2 plays or 1 play on defense. I think he was clearly outmatched, and from listening to people talk about it and analyzing the game, I think it's twofold. Jim Knowles' defense and the personnel that we've got here at Penn State, they don't really fit from a line standpoint. It relies a lot on bigger guys up front that will eat up blocks and keep the linebackers clean and allow the linebackers to make plays. DeLuca got swallowed up a lot here, and even when he wasn't, or when he was responsible for Iamaleava, he got out athleted. Iamaleava, what did he have, like 150 yards rushing, something like that? He got like 20 plus yards on multiple third downs, including multiple third and longs as well, and like a 52-yarder as well there in the third quarter or fourth quarter, that late in the game. That was a backbreaker. Penn State's defense just couldn't get any stops, and it's frustrating because even without Rojas out there, it should not have come to this. It seems like Penn State's coordinators, and this time, I don't think any blame can really go on the offense aside from a couple of bad calls from a timing standpoint and like in critical time standpoints. But, they put up 35 points and looked pretty good doing it. Drew Aller probably had his best game, definitely had his best game of the year, but, one of the better games of his career throwing the ball. And they came up short because the defense just couldn't do anything. They kept rushing their ends upfield. That's the most frustrating thing, is like you're seeing it on film. Or not on film, but like live. You're seeing it in the telecasts that the defensive ends are just getting so far upfield, and it's just wide open lanes there. They didn't spy him except for that one time down at the end where he had the Vince Young play in the corner of the end zone. Right? So, and that was because DeLuca didn't have the athleticism there to meet him and get to where they need to. And that's one. I mentioned it before, I think, in the Penn State preview, that linebacker was going to be a very, very thin spot. And if there's any injuries, they might be in trouble. I didn't think it'd be this bad, but I think it is also indicative of the type of players that they're looking for at linebacker and how some of the young ones may not be fitting and aren't built for. And, I think people thought, hey, highest paid defensive coordinator ever, or highest paid coordinator ever as your defensive coordinator, can come in, and this is a defense that has been perennially good for just about a decade, if not more, no matter who is coordinating for him. You're thinking, he's going to step in and it'll be fine. But I think people kind of discounted. There have been talks of, how Ohio State's defense took a couple of years to get going and to really acclimate to the system. And I think people had discounted, myself included, that, Penn State had the horses. They've got some great talent up there, but I think it's clear here halfway through the season that the personnel, especially without one of their best players and definitely their best linebacker, is lacking and is exposed here. And now it's up to him to make the adjustments, right? He's the highest paid defensive coordinator in the country. You got to be a little bit malleable here, especially as you're losing players, to make the adjustments necessary to going forward. And he got outcoached by 33-year-old guy coming off the bench, getting promoted on Tuesday.
I mean, one of the worst looking people you could lose to boot.
Yeah. It was it's incredible. And like I said, I think 10, 20 minutes ago, the rest of the country was laughing at Arch. And he got a reprieve there because the rest of the country was then laughing at Penn State with how bad things were going for the highest paid coordinator of all time. Well, Penn State fans are miserable. That's the exact reason every other fan rejoices and says this is why college football is so special. You see them getting carried off the field. And, if I wasn't a Penn State fan, which I'm not, so I do feel this way, you got to feel good for the alumni, the circle of that time is a flat circle, him getting carried off the field after an upset. He's a walk-on quarterback at UCLA. That's a UCLA family. Obviously, his dad is from there, coach there. He grew up, and you got to feel good for him. And since I'm not a Penn State fan, I can't. I'm a Notre Dame fan now, as you can see.
I could dump all over that take, but I'll let it be.
Going forward, who knows? I mentioned before, we'll see where things net out here on the season. Obviously, I think you could probably pour one out for the 2025 Penn State football season. There's very little hope that they make the playoff now. They got they do have to win out. I think in either finish the regular season 10-2 or win or lose in the championship game. I think if they do make it to the championship game for some reason, they'll probably be in even if they lose it. I'd hope. But again, that necessitates a road win in Columbus, along with a win at Iowa, a win at home after what would be an emotional win on the road against Ohio State, against potentially a top 20, top 15 Indiana team.
Or number one Indiana.
Team. Tough, maybe a tough Nebraska game.
It's still everything's there to play for.
Their destiny is in their heads. They are alive.
It's the path is there.
There is one path there. There's only one path.
One path there. Is it arduous? Yes. Is
it possible? Yes.
Welcome to, Notre Dame the last 2 years, one game at a time. Game at a time. I know this path is more arduous than Notre Dame's was last year and what appears to be Notre Dame's this year. But we look at things 1 week at a time.
1-0.
What you can do.
Do this together.
As
a family.
The tweet by Jimmy about
Northwestern. 1-0. 1-0. We do this as a family. Back to work.
Probably could have just taken this week off.
He is the model of consistency.
He is. Look, I give Aller a bunch of crap. He played great. He was awesome. I don't even want to dump on James here. Number of occurrences, like the big game stuff, and now there's your James stuff. But this to me is just, I think you just got to dump it all on Knowles.
The thing with this is, James's teams the last couple of years had seemed to grow out of it, but this is not a surprise because it has happened multiple times now for a lot of his Penn State teams, especially after Ohio State games, some 8 or so years ago, 7 years ago, 2017 and 2018 games, both resulted in losses to Michigan State, unranked Michigan States the week after, right?
Yeah, but that was like 7, 8 years ago. Like you're gonna have.
That's what I'm saying. They had seemed to grow out of it. That the loss to Iowa on the road when it was number 4 against number 2, and they lost Clifford there. He comes back after a bye week against Illinois. Then they lose in 9 overtimes against a pretty mediocre Illinois team. It has happened before, where for whatever reason Penn State teams don't do well or haven't done well a lot of times for James Franklin just bouncing back against an inferior opponent.
Yeah,
obviously 2017, 2018, they were somewhat able to pull out of the nosedive. 2021 season went completely down the drain. They ended up 7-5.
Just the absolute perfect storm of a day for UCLA.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. To give up 42 points to a team that had scored 57 points, I think, through 4 games total.
It's partly my fault because I dunked on them last pod about them and Clemson tying Price and Love for touchdowns.
Yeah, and then look at what Clemson did.
Clemson came out, and UCLA came out and said, "Watch this.
This is your fault. It's on you."
Yeah.
You see the reports of Carolina and Belichick.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that in the news and notes. Yeah, that thing is
amazing.
That thing is up in absolute flames.
I can't believe how badly that's gone. In my wildest dreams, I could not have thought it would have gone this bad.
It's bad. Coaches said, I don't know if they play this week, but I don't think they do.
I think. Oh wait, unless they had a bye going into the Clemson game. So unless they have the Miami treatment where they have a bye coming out of it.
I'm gonna check right now. Let's see if we need to hammer the opposing side of that. They have a bye.
Wow, they've got the bye in.
They have a bye, and then they get my filter reset. But yeah, they're at Cal on Friday night. 10:30 kick. Jeez. Yeah, so we'll see who's coaching Carolina next Friday. Where they're at.
Yep.
That's falling apart. I know the Heat's turned up. I guess before we get into Week 7, I feel bad even asking this, but like, where are we at now with Jimmy?
Yeah, so I do think, like I said, ideal situation for a Penn State fan would likely be mutual parting of the ways. Maybe Arkansas job is open. They may see a Calipari playbook lying in the trash can and think, let's give this another try.
And I can see Jimmy and he could entertain that with the resources they have.
Yeah, well, a lot of those resources are going to Calipari now. So, but like we talked about last week, the Tyson Chicken, the Walmarts, Jimmy getting down there, SEC resources. I don't think there'd be that many Penn State fans that would shed a tear if he, took the Calipari route out of there. You saw things sour there at the end with him in Kentucky. Maybe they pull that playbook out again. Again, like we talked about before, the fickle exit. I don't think Penn State, similar to Wisconsin, has the luxury of outright firing him, right? So you got to hope, if you're hoping for him to move on, as most Penn State fans, I think, feel, that he would do so on his own accord. There could be the negotiated buyout, taking less money. He just goes away for a couple of years, maybe does TV, maybe takes some time to recharge, and he surfaces somewhere else. Takes the Dan Mullen approach, takes the Gruden approach. Gruden's stock is only continuing to rise. You can see that happen. But I don't know. I think unless something has significantly changed here, I mean, he started very recently, just within the last couple of years, to start getting the yeses that he was asking for over a decade. I mean, not that I would say it out loud in public, but I'd say, it's only been a couple of years. Let me continue with all the resources that I have here and see if we can keep plugging away. That's if I were him, right?
No, as an outsider, I get the just fatigue of.
Here's the tough thing, though. He got to basically the level that he's at now with much less resources than he's getting now. That's within the last couple of years, with much less resources than a lot of the people that he's measuring up against, the Ohio States, the Michigans, right? And so he's just now starting to get even resource-wise. I know everyone's expecting this year with the talent coming back, with the coaching staff in place, and his own comments saying, this is the best combination of coaches and players that he's had depth-wise. in his entire tenure. The expectations are high and understandably so. But this is the first year we've gotten there. If I were him, I would continue to keep swinging away, especially now that you're getting what you're saying you need. You're getting your yeses. Sure, you fell short this year, but there's nothing to say. Maybe next year is a builder year, but maybe a year or two down the road, you're in the same position again. You're taking another bite at the apple. I don't think there's many situations that are better out there for him to go to. So, from his standpoint, I don't think he would leave. From a level-headed Penn State fan standpoint, you have to think that it's hard to get somebody that will get you higher than this, right? There's no surefire coaches out there that would be able to say this is definitely going to be better than Jimmy. And odds would say you're probably not going to wind up with somebody better than him, right?
Right. I mean that's
the tough thing.
That's what we always come back to.
Yeah.
Fire Franklin. Okay.
Well, yeah, and it's sad because he has done a fantastic job at Penn State.
Objectively, yes. Absolutely.
Objectively, yes. But again, did Georgia fans feel the same way at the end of the Richt era? I know it wasn't their choice to get rid of him, but were Notre Dame fans feeling like there was a little bit of a ceiling with the BK era? Or at least he was kind of saying it out there or laying the breadcrumbs that there were academic.
Yeah, he was a little more vocal. Well, maybe his actions spoke louder. Yeah. His recruiting stories,
right,
from others led you to believe that he was leaving some on the table as far as the go-getterness.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, maybe it's in both parties' best interests just to part ways, but I don't think it would be in James's best interest to part ways. There's not too many better situations unless he can. I mean, I don't think Arkansas is a better situation given the league. What else is good? Florida opens. Maybe that's attractive. Just given where they are in the pecking order, but again, competition is super high down there, and I don't think that would fire up the Florida fan base, right? Very interesting times. If I were a betting man, I think the minus odds would be on everything just staying the same.
I agree. And for what it's worth, I think that's how it should be.
For now.
Yeah, I'm not locking into a 3-year deal here, but.
Well, that's the thing is, he's not getting fired, but any extension talks are non-existent right now.
No. Before we go to week 7, Dan, any bow here?
I mean, we're at 43 minutes, so no. for the sake of moving on. I mean, it's no, nothing to add.
All right. We news notes. We were going to cover the Belichick thread, but we kind of just talked about that, how that thing's on flames right now as of the news that was leaked a few hours ago. So that's very early. We'll monitor this with the bye week. I'm sure a lot will happen between now and next week. The opposite of that would be a coach who is grinding away. Dion getting some crazy work done. Was it yesterday, I believe? And was to be back at practice the next day. So he is fully committed, whereas Belichick is seemingly the opposite of that.
What did Dion say about he's got something?
He had to get some procedure done for blood clots.
That's right. His legs are going numb or something like that.
Yeah, but he said he'd be at practice the next day.
There you go.
So there's both ends of the spectrum there with coaching buy-in, you could say. And my last note would be I have a quad box up, 2 baseball games, 2 college football games, and UTSA has weekday CUSA on the midfield logo.
There you go.
So they are
weekday CUSA.
They are embracing the Wednesday night. They're down 10-0 though. Okay, on to week 7. I know we're 45 minutes in, but we can speed through these. They are good games.
They're a lot. That's good. Last week, there wasn't that heavy of a slate, and you got some doozies. That's usually how it goes for college football.
This week and next week shaping up to be pretty great. We'll see what happens on the field. Let's see if we can predict. Let's see who's right and who's wrong. We have a large one Friday night in the G5 battle in the American. Mike Brown in South Florida traveled to Denton. North Texas is a 1.5-point favorite over the Bulls. And I mean, this is big.
This is big.
North Texas is legit. You can see they're favored by 1.5, a team that's beaten Florida, Miami tough, crushed Boise. And they have 2 great running backs down in North Texas, Hawkins and McGill. South Florida, Byron Brown. We obviously know him. Look, they're pouring. I think they canceled class on Friday. They're pouring everything into this. I'm a sucker for a good story, so give me the mean green here. I think this running game gets it going. And I know they're not great at stopping the run, but they're going to feed off the crowd, the energy, the moment, rise up. The mean green win this game by 3. Close one.
No offense, Mike Brown. We will be watching it with him, I believe. Yes, well, I do believe.
Oh, boy.
He will be in town for a Penn State game. We should be going down to the ranked teams matchup, number 24, South Florida. And then we should be going down to Denton to watch his team. And instead, we'll be in State College. And I think we should help Mike Brown out and all pick North Texas. He is also not enthused by his own team. He thinks Byron Brown is pretty overrated. Only good runner, not that good at throwing. I think he is playing some reverse jinx voodoo. Inside, I think they'll get it done. But on the record, I will pick North Texas to cover here as well and win. Danny, are you helping out, or you're not helping?
Oh, I'm believing in Mike Brown.
Oh,
no tricks.
No, you need the ESPN pick where everybody picks the same team on the bottom. You help out here.
Not going to that mechanism. It is an angle. We got 3 angles this week, I believe.
A lot of angles.
Going against it.
Anglican Saxon.
That's right.
Oh, your presentation there reminded me of. Did you notice during the game, Ken, the incredibly high number of variations Nestler pronounced Iamaleava?
Yes, both of them are so far over the hill. They may be already nearing the apex of another hill.
We need to get someone to go back and review.
He
would say some version of Iamaleava drops back. When
Gary was so bad. They were both terrible.
He would always default to, when he started running, he'd go, Nico. he would just say Nico. He wouldn't try it again.
They were both terrible. There were multiple times where there was interference, or there was definitely a call on the field, and they're like, well, I'm not seeing a flag. And then 5 seconds later, oh, there's a flag. And it had been thrown right when the play was happening. He was like, oh, they're looking for a flag interference here. And it had been thrown 5 seconds earlier. They just couldn't see it. They just couldn't see it on the field.
It was sunny. So
it was sunny.
Maybe the sun's in their eyes. Move on to Big Nude. Ohio State traveling to Champaign. Burt and company catching 14.5 at home.
This has come down from 16.5, I believe. Still outside a key number, though. Burt, another one of these primetime spots. He's had a tough schedule so far. I think this will be close earlier on, but I think eventually Ohio State will squeeze, and we'll get a nice little front door cover here. I think they'll be up by 10, and they'll score like a 30-yard touchdown run as they salt it away and win by 17.
Yeah, I'm going Ohio State here as well. I did get a Burt game right last week, I suppose. So there's that.
You did.
See if I can make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, I've been misfiring on Burt all year. Even when I said I know their ass, I still took them against Indiana. And I switched back against the Drum. I acknowledged their ass. And oh, Jesus. Give me Burt. Ohio State by 14.
All right.
I feel so dirty about that. Ew. Bammer traveling to Missouri. Drink and Bo and Ahmad Hardy and Coleman catching 3.5 at home here against the Boars team. Missouri had a little, it's been a little easier for them thus far. It's going to start cranking up here a little bit. Oh, that's for sure with Bama coming in. What do we think here? I think we know where we're all going here. If we stick with what we think on Bama,
it's true.
Maybe Dan's coming over to our side. I'm going to say.
Oh, I'm not picking Missouri in this game.
Yeah. I think Bama is too much here. I know they can be a little susceptible to the run, and Ahmad Hardy leads the country in rushing, but just too many guys for Bama. Give me Bama by 7-10.
I think Bo is even starting to feel a little bad for Drew at this point, so I think he'll come down to earth a little bit against Alabama. Maybe have a bad turnover. I do think that the defense, after giving up some big runs against Randy and Pavia, looked pretty good early on, but they forced that turnover, and they were actually pretty good, I think, down the stretch with that defense. And Tim Keenan came back. I've got Alabama covering here as well. So we've all got Bama then.
Yep.
All right, Red River, Oklahoma, Texas. This line's been. No one knows what the real line here is.
From what I've heard, this is with Mateer playing baked in. And so if he's not, it'll go bigger, right?
Go to Texas.
Yeah, it'll be the Texas -4 or something like that, right?
Well, I was telling Dan in the production meeting. Last I heard was the tortilla presser at Chipotle asked Mateer if he's playing, and he said yes.
It's interesting because I had heard even with Horns, with him playing, it was Horns -1.5. So I guess this has moved since the last time I heard that. I'm still taking the Horns. Yeah, I'll take the points here even before that move. I was going to lay the -1.5. I think Horns are here in a must-win situation. I shudder to think what that offensive line is going to do against defensive line like Oklahoma's, but I think Sark is back against the wall here. I think he gets it done in the Cotton Bowl because they have to. They have to. Can't be preseason #1 and 3 losses by the middle of October.
Would not be ideal.
Yeah, just copy.
So I'm going to Oklahoma.
Just copy and paste what Ken said. The biggest thing is just that D line versus Texas O line is terrifying.
Yeah, I'm scared for that. So, for that young man named Arch.
As far as the numbers and the matchups go, that's gross, but Texas finds a way.
Yeah, I'm seeing on the duel is Texas -1.5. I'm just saying.
Well, let's just do this.
No. We don't need to change it. Okay.
Because this thing's gonna be ping pong everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't know what's happening. Let's just go pick it straight up.
But like I said, all the books I think are factoring in what you're playing right now.
I don't know how he's gonna play, but
we'll see. Because they were talking about optimistically he'd be back the next week. There's no way he's playing. So grab up those points if you're seeing that Horns +1 right now, because I think it'll go the other direction pretty quickly.
Moving on, 3:30 game day, Indiana, Oregon. Ducks laying 7.5 in Autzen. Two of my favorite coaches for sure. Just beautiful matchup. Look, love Cignetti, love Indiana, but I think I can sniff out when they're up against it. I'm thinking boat race here. I'm thinking Lanning just hits the gas pedal, and this is I would take an alt line up to like 20 with Ducks.
I'm going Ducks by 4.
Ducks by 4.
Yep.
HP.
Dan got it surrounded.
I'm hoping not for a big win here for Oregon, but I do think they'll win by like 10. Or go like 31-21, but respectable on the road in a hostile environment. Game day will be there. I'm hoping Indiana will continue back into the top 10 when they come to Penn State, so maybe Jimmy can get a top 10 win.
Florida catching 7.5, going to Kyle Field. Mike Elko said this is by far the most talented team they've played this year.
It's true.
So we'll see. A little bit of a zinger there. That had no factor in my decision here. Look back at the logs. I've been on Florida every week, and I will be again. I'll take 7.5. Maybe this edition of Dallas Wilson with Vernell Brown, Jordan Ball, this offense get going, and the D-line's healthier.
I'm with you there. 7.5. I'll take that touchdown, and we see Texas A&M falter a little bit. But did you hear that factoid, the stat in their last 2 games? I think they've allowed 1 out of 27 third down conversions in their last 2 games.
No, so I'm thinking regression is going to set in here.
I agree, and Lagway seems to have gotten his bearings underneath him, and the defense has been good all year. So I think it was a good game. So I'll take the points.
Would you say he's got his swagger back?
I don't know. I don't know about that. He looked a little gimpy. He looked like he was throwing off base a lot.
Dan, we going for the sweep or what?
We are. Bring out the brooms. I was waiting for you guys to wrap up your thoughts instead of interrupting for a change.
No, you're good. We're all on Nape.
Yep.
Oh, man. This is not good.
No, they're going to lose by 17.
What is this, old-fashioned Southern hate?
Yep.
Georgia, Auburn. Auburn, 3.5-point dogs.
Short dog at home.
At home.
This is fishy.
Stinky. Hugh coaching for his life here, right? What's the rest of his schedule look like? If he doesn't get this, what's his record?
I don't know. He's got Bama.
So he's 3-2 right now. He's 3-2.
He's got Missouri next week at home.
And he's got Oklahoma. So he's got Oklahoma. He lost to Texas A&M. He's got Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, Vanderbilt. I mean, there's really just like
he can navigate this.
He can definitely navigate this.
If he wins, if they win this week, they could go on a run.
Yeah. I like on their site that they've got the Auburn versus Arkansas game as early in the time, and then they've got Auburn at Vanderbilt as afternoon in the time. But literally every game is afternoon. I guess technically it could be 11 a.m. for the noon games. But just about every other time is afternoon.
Well, factually, it is afternoon. Is it spelled one word or two? One word.
One word.
Then, yeah, that leads me to believe.
So then what's the early? The early can only be 11 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Then why don't they put just 11 a.m. in there? They got flex, they've got night, they've got all the categorizations in here. And then the one time they have on the schedule is Auburn versus Mercer, and that is at 1 p.m. Central Time.
I'm going HB here. I took Auburn a few weeks ago to win at Kyle Field. I think this team is.
They're good.
It's weird.
Right. They're not good.
I think they're good. I think they're good, but
yeah,
they have pieces.
I did see the last 2 weeks they've been throwing the ball like crazy. What are you doing throwing the ball with Jackson Arnold? Like
they got those two receivers. That's what they're doing, throwing the ball.
So like rein that in and be a little balanced. George's pass rush and Stockton or Stinkton, I'm not sure what he is right now. I guess he's Stockton.
Yeah, can't say Stinkton
against Kentucky.
Can't say Stinkton.
All right, we'll go with Stinkton. George is just not there yet for me. I could see it morphing into being there, but they could get nipped here. But I'll take the HP. Give me the points.
I will take a close win. This is a prime spot for Auburn. This smells like the Texas A&M game for them last year. I think Auburn's coming off a bye. Hugh's been preparing them, but 3 is just too small, I think, of a spread. I'll take – if this was like 5.5, I would definitely take Auburn. But I'm thinking 28-24, so I'll take Georgia here.
I'm locking up Georgia.
Oh!
I'm backing up my comments from –
You were backing it up. Well, it makes me feel better.
That being said, I should be saying that. All right, the fact that I would normally think, I don't know what to phrase this. Rewind, everyone. No, the fact that I think this should probably be about a touchdown spread, it's not, makes me just a big old rat eating the cheese. So, see if I can get away with it.
Watch out for the mousetrap.
Okay, moving on to Michigan, traveling to Southern California, USC laying 2.5. I don't know what to do here.
Yes, this will be me backing up my preseason. I was looking through the playoff picks, trying to say, like, all right, who can I stand behind, even though it's probably a lost cause at this point? I'm going to try with Michigan here and go against the angle. I just don't. I mean, is there any like Lincoln home versus away? I know we were talking about what was the stat after they lost to Burt? There was something that was floating.
They don't cover across the Rockies.
Yeah.
Or outside of California, I think.
Oh, yeah. Outside of California, yeah.
Yeah, so we're back in his home state.
It's covered because he beat like Purdue and
yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But that's if he goes outside. He's at home.
Right. He's back. He's at home. Yeah, I'm more. So
I think this will be this will probably be his banner win at USC. Has he had a banner win?
At USC or in the Big Ten?
Well, definitely.
I would say even LSU beating LSU last year was pretty good.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah.
He beat a 3-loss Notre Dame team before at USC.
True.
He also had Caleb Williams.
True. I'd say this would probably be his most significant win at USC. I'd argue that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see it.
Revisit that.
Can he stand up against bully ball?
I think he can at home. I'm starting to believe in the cross-country flights just because of what happened last week. I think he's due for a good show in here. He came up short against Burt. I love Lemon. I love Lane. I do think Maeva is pretty good. I'll go with USC here to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you take, Dan?
Michigan.
What was that?
Michigan.
Yeah. What would be funnier, USC win or lose this game?
Well, you should want it for your strength of schedule.
The Notre Dame gets USC next week.
You need the strength of schedule badly.
I'm not worried about that till Halloween. Notre Dame needs to win some games first before I start worrying about pushing down pillars.
You don't want to wait to push down the pillars until it's too late. You should start pushing earlier rather than later.
I don't have control over it.
You have control over the pillars and picking here.
I think it would be funnier if it's funnier if USC loses this game and then loses next week, but it would hurt more if they lost this week and then won next week. So let's say USC wins this game. You know what? I'm so conflicted. I'm HP, USC by 1. That makes me think, does USC ever win a close game? No.
True.
Maybe this is their time. USC by 1. And the 10-15 kick Saturday night, Arizona State, Tar. This game's fun. I thought Utah would win this game preseason. I thought they'd go to the Big 12 title game. I think they win this game as well, but I am not 5.5 points.
Yeah, that's too many. This is where I'm at with the Georgia Auburn.
Yeah, so this is the number that you would have liked. I'm taking Arizona State to cover, Tar
on the field
to win, but I don't even feel great about that.
I'm with you there. Oh, statements coming out from Carolina.
Uh-oh, now what?
Just now, at 9:36, 10 minutes ago. Quote, I'm fully committed to UNC football and the program we're building here. Bill Belichick, head football coach. Bubba Cunningham, director of athletics. Coach Belichick has the full support of the Department of Athletics and University. 5 games in.
Yeah, they're just that's just called damage control and diffusing a bye week. Yeah, I don't buy that.
Vote of confidence. 5 games in. Very good.
Dan, where are you going here?
Oh, yeah, I'm going fork. Fork it up.
Fork it up.
We have hex.
Going against the angle. All 3 times I did.
All right, Dan. Head down to Tallahassee to take on Big Tom.
Yeah, see what they got left in the tank. Interesting matchup for that respect. Obviously, you can see how the Frosch backs up his play, Mason Heinschel. And I don't know if we're going to get Desmond Reed back or not. I don't think I mentioned it last week. I mean, it's just, if he's out for the season, we'll know by game 11. That's the annoying part with a certain head coach. And he even was dressed in, I think he did the coin toss against who they play, BC. So who knows? Very interesting game. I'm going to go Noles by like 13. I think they do have something left in the tank. But open to other ideas. Open to other outcomes. Call it.
I disagree. I do not think they have much in the tank. I think Big Tom, as FSU Michael and I were saying last week, he looks injured. I think he's playing not with a hand tied behind his back, but his leg is hurt, so that hurts his running ability.
A leg tied behind his back.
A leg tied behind his back. I I don't know who wins. I guess by default, I'll say Florida State because, this is the road game for Pitt here. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Pitt won this game. So just give me the points.
Yeah.
I think it's tight.
I'm with you there. I think Pitt's got
be careful.
Can keep it within double digits here.
Yeah.
Especially letdown spot, big home game against a major rival. Coming off a loss here. That was, I don't want to call it a must win, but you came off an upset before that. You try to empty it out and you fall down 28-3. Injuries, potential injuries. Yeah, I like Pitt here in this spot. Dan, you took FSU?
I did, yeah, by 13. Could be a frustrating 13-point loss.
Okay.
There are opportunities, especially if they come out flat and it's just can't capitalize. That can go.
Yep.
We'll see.
On to 3:30 on Peacock. Notre Dame up to 23.5-point favorite against North Carolina State. I like C.J. Bailey, their quarterback. I like what he can be. I think what he has the potential of him. We'll see how he plays this weekend. Hollywood Smothers is pretty nice. Running back. Some tough losses of late. They lost to Vodtech and I forget what they lost to. Somebody else. But the defense is just looking a quick overlook. I didn't dig too deep into them. They are a very poor tackling team, which isn't good against Price and Love. And the Notre Dame running attack it's been weird. The line hasn't been good. It's been okay. There's like a 0-yard gain and a 10-yard gain, and it's a -1, 0, and like a 24. That's just it's inconsistent, but they're getting big plays, and I think they just continue to get slowly better. Carr and the offense hums. The defense 7 points last week. It was pretty deserved 7, but it was Boise. They weren't great on offense. I think the D plays fine. Still not all the way back. I don't think they will be all the way back until the D line gets sorted, but the offense does fine. Here, sleepy spot with USC on deck. Notre Dame wins. They score. They don't have a kicker. Burnett's out, and they're Schmidt and DiCenzo. They're going for it on like 4th and 8 if they have to. So they're not kicking a field goal. So can they get 6 touchdowns? I hope so. 42.
That NC State defense is bad.
42-21 Notre Dame. I'm not super confident, but I think they should. They should win. You're 23.5-point favorites, but we'll see. So give me NC State to cover. Not totally bought in yet. We'll wait till maybe Halloween.
I'm going Irish.
This one's a tough one. Weird number here. I will also keep it within the number. I like that 21-point win. I think that those extra couple of points would do us good here, AY.
I agree. I think I said it to you guys, was it a few weeks ago? My thoughts on Sider.
Yes, you don't
he's still doing the same thing with Love and Price. Price didn't get his first carry till very late in the first quarter, and I found out Price has played 101 snaps this year.
I don't need to hear you talk about running backs and your issue with usage. I'm watching a running back that gets 7 yards a carry get 11 touches the entire game.
Yeah, all right. Well, you didn't see this last
While
week.
His counterpart, averaging under 4, is out touching him by over 150%, if not more, some games.
Yeah, they need to bump Allen up to RB1, I think.
And then you have the head coach saying, "Yeah, we need to find a way to get him the ball more." Who do you think can do that?
Okay.
He's not even on the field the last drive.
one last quick note before you get into yours, as Tommy Edman takes Ranger Suarez deep. Love went down last week with what looked like a knee injury. And he was on the ground. He didn't get up right away. He was down for probably like 30, 40 seconds. So everyone's holding their collective breath. And he said in his press conference the other day, he's like, yeah, I felt just a little something. He came back in, played the rest of the game. It was fine. But he's like, man, it's like, honestly, I was just kind of tired. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You have two amazing running backs. Love doesn't need 8 carries, 1 drive. Give him 4 and then let Price come in. You're not running tempo, so there's no substitution. Anyways, Price, 101 snaps, 20 a game. I hope that goes up this week.
Same.
On to your game.
I'm not diving in too deeply here.
Northwestern, Penn State. Penn State laying 21.5. I'll tell you, my pick's already in there. I'm on Northwestern. Of the previous 5 and now this 6, I feel by far the worst about this Northwestern pick.
Your declining confidence is noted.
But like you said, I have to ride it because how funny would it be if Franklin goes 0-6 against the spread?
There's a 21 out there, and I've taken it. So I've taken Penn State to win here by more than 21 points. What is there left to say here? I think Penn State fans, Penn State team, everybody's frustrated. I am worried here because Penn State has historically been pretty slow against Northwestern, hasn't really done too much. I think Braun has actually had some bad blood with Franklin. I know he took some jabs at Franklin or something last time they played, and Franklin had run the score up, as he's wont to do in a past life and was able to do in a past life. I think their style, the way that they play, is going to make this a little bit hard, especially when paired with the way Penn State plays, lack of explosives. But they've been, opening it up. The last 2 games, no matter how mad Penn State fans can be, they have very noticeably opened the playbook up more. It hasn't resulted in too much as far as down the field production or receivers coming open and plays down the field, but it has resulted in Allen running the ball a ton. You've probably noticed it. He's dropping back a lot of the time. The line isn't doing well. That I've mentioned it before. I think it was last week. It was the biggest disappointment is the run game and also the line, both in run blocking as well as pass blocking. I think they've got to have a little bit of backbone here, especially after such a bad loss. I said it before. UCLA was a get right. I was a week off. I'll take Penn State here, -21. I don't think they'll name their score, but I do think it'll be like a 31-point win here. I'll go. I don't think they'll get enough possessions to get to 41, but I'll go like 38-7.
You count me as one of the people that not be amused by Franklin going 0-6 against the spread, as I've picked him every week, and we'll do once more.
I will not lock him up though this week, like I did last week. I don't know how the defense bounces back, but I don't think Preston Stone is Nico Amaliava back there.
I don't think so either, but
before the Penn State game, would they have traded Preston Stone for Nico? Would UCLA have taken it?
Yes, to get rid of the salary. To get rid of the salary, I think they would have.
Okay. 2 games we didn't mention: South Carolina at LSU, 9.5 LSU there, and BYU, Arizona. BYU 1.5-point favorites on the road at Zona. We'll see how they shake out. But yeah, we're on to our locks of the week. Let's see. Is Dan on the board?
I am. Yeah, I'm holding with Georgia.
Yep. He did mention he was going Georgia, and Dan is on Georgia minus 3.5. Cam, where are you going?
I'm going to take Bama here, minus 3.5. We love the minus 3.5s in the SEC, don't we?
Evidently, what could go wrong?
I'm really annoyed because my sheet is upstairs. Filibuster for 10 seconds while I grab my sheet because I wrote it down earlier.
Saturday alternatives.
Can't remember.
If you haven't seen it, there's a hilarious clip of a Yankees fan yelling at Volpe to swing the effing bat.
They're not swinging it or making contact in this game.
All right, here we go.
We're thinking Yanks in 7. Maybe 6.
Oh, yeah. All right. The alternatives: Coastal, perhaps. Temple catching 9.5. I'm down to 2. I kind of like Sparty minus 8.5. Ooh, all right. That's stinky. All right, there's 2 emotional plays here. One is Maryland. Can they get off the deck after last week at home, catching 6.5 against Nebraska?
No, they can't.
They can't? Okay, then we're going with the other one. I'm backing. Oh, it's perfect. Yeah, I'm backing my boy. Air Force last week. Emotional game against Navy. Getting 6.5 at Calandria. No, you don't just go against Calandria. UNLV minus 6.5. I don't think is very good. But they win by a touchdown here. So give me the Run Rebels.
Calandria and Mullen, first time UNLV's 5-0 since I forget when they said.
Yeah. Is it last year? When did they start last year?
No, they're 5-0 for the first time in a long time, I think.
No, not last year.
Not last year.
Oh yeah, this should be closer to 13. Yeah, UNLV minus 6.5. Lock is my lock.
Log it up.
Calandria, baby. And their running backs, JD and Thomas. He's nice too.
Look at him hacking. Look at him hacking. He's looking at an axe.
Also, shout out to
he's chopping down a tree.
Shout out to the reply when I found this. Justin Watson worshiper.
Swing the bat.
Is he? So does that mean he's a UPenn fan or a South Fayette fan?
Assistant coach giving some. Next year is going to be there's a assistant coach giving
some advice. Swing the bat.
Next year.
Yeah, Blue Jays. The Yankees are up against it right now.
They're thinking in 6 or 7. Either team in 6 or 7.
Judge of the dish, bottom 8, down 4, 2-2 count against Brandon Fisher.
Bill's already down early.
And Judge
for the Dodgers, do they have the Japanese guy pitching?
Yamamoto, yes. 1-0 Dodgers, top 4, 5-1 Blue Jays, bottom 8. Judge struck out. His season could be over.
Okay. Why?
There you have it for week 7 preview. Can enjoy.
Right up.
Enjoy, there it is. Dumb. Can enjoy the Mike Brown experience Friday night and the game on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Dan, enjoy your game. What time's your game, Dan?
I think it's at noon, right? Big noon.
Yep, big noon. Nice. All right. I will be. This can be a great noon box. Burt, Bama, Pitt, and Iamaliava. Okay.
They got Iamaliava playing at noon?
Body clock, yeah.
After partying all week.
We'll see. we'll see how that works out for them. Okay, thanks for listening. For me, AY, for the People's State Capital, rest of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, to my west, D-Berg.
Good night, all. Go Pens.
And Can, to my east.
Good night, all. Enjoy the no longer hear vestiges of summer and enjoy autumn blowing in here.
Low of 38 tomorrow.
Blowing in.
It's going to be low, yes. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you back here for week 8 and a week 7 review. Have a good one.
All right.